Yeah, do that, Chris. Hey, what's up, Chris, man? Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, man. Let's go. Hey, it's time to get it in. It's cowboy time. It's cowboy time. We finally reached game day. You know, just seeing all these football games, man, got me excited. I can't wait for prime time. Cowboys, uh, turn to some Rams. Brooklyn, New York, huh? Brooklyn. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, man, Cowboy fans, yeah. Cowboy fans everywhere. We got the whole globe covered. We got the whole globe covered, man. I'm in Okinawa, Japan right now, and best believe I'm ready for the game. I can't wait, man, for this thing to kick off. Man, over here, man, I love Japan, man. It's a good time. It's a good time over here right now. Uh, right now, most places, man, it's starting to get cool, and it's still summertime. It's still summer weather over here. Today probably gonna be about 85, 90 degrees. You can get out. You can get out probably 250, 260 days out of the year. You can get out and do whatever you want, pretty much in shorts and t-shirts. I really like it here. Hey man, you too, brother. You stay safe. You stay safe too. Representing Brooklyn. Yeah, yeah, man, that safety play, man, is gonna be real interesting. Gonna be real interesting. Not sure if Xavier Woods is fully recovered, but I hope he is. Xavier Woods is fully recovered, then that makes things a lot easier. Uh, I'm curious to know how much time Reggie Robinson gonna get, if he gonna play at all. What they gonna do in the rotation. Well, as far as the rotation is concerned, the safety. Darren Thompson, great special teams guy, but I don't know if he, uh, I like him as a backup safety. I'm not sure if he's a starter, but hopefully he turned the page, man. McCarthy said he earned a role, so we'll see what he does. But the bottom line is, if I feel like this. I feel like this. Our defense, our front seven should be able to get pressure. Our front seven should be able to get pressure. You know, D-Law, and Crawford, Griffin, and Alden Smith. We get pressure and limit the amount of time that the QB has to throw the ball. Don't give him time to throw his ball. Don't give him time to throw downfield. Then that limits our exposure to safety. It's a little less necessary to have great safeties if you can get home. If you can get home, you can disrupt the backfield with QB. And don't give them time to throw. And so I think that's kind of what the Cowboys are doing as far as our safety players concerned. With the defensive front seven that we have, we should get enough pressure to disrupt enough to where our safety exposure is limited. Yeah, uh, yeah. We are totally different. We are a totally different team. You don't know what the Cowboys are bringing to the table. You know, and you don't know what the Cowboys bring to the table. You know, that's a great thing, great feeling. But there's some things in years past that I always thought we kind of should do. We always I always thought we should do, but I hope that we've changed. Like using two back sets and using our RBs, using our RBs in the using our RBs in the passing game. Those are things I think we probably should have been doing all along. Zeke's a great receiver. And Tony probably coming on, he's dynamic back. I think we could have been better served if we'd have used him more in the passing game. And so hopefully, with a less predictable team, that's changed. So who you say, Chris? Who you wanna see get off today? Who you looking forward to teeing off? Are you looking forward to seeing the offense? You looking forward to seeing the defense? You looking forward to seeing Lamb? You looking forward to seeing Trayvon Diggs? Who you looking forward to seeing? Or is it Amari? You're an Amari guy. You want to see Amari, and you want to see Amari. What are you looking forward to seeing in the game? What's up, DJ? What's up? Hey man, what's up, DJ? What's going on, man? Hey man, I ain't even gotta ask, DJ. I know you ready for the game, man. I know you ready for the game. That defense. Hey, with the defense, if we with the defense, if we can just stop the run. We just stop the run. We good. We good. Hey, NCF. Hey, what's up, MCF? What's going on? Halftime spill? Hey man, I'm all for it, brother. I'm all for it, DJ. Always. It's been a long time since I did a long halftime spill. And I don't think we got no problem. But going back to what you were saying there, Caleb, I don't think we got no problem with the defense this year. Mike Nolan, he a different breed. He gonna have his team ready. He gonna have his team ready to go. I feel confident knowing our defense is gonna be good to go. We don't have that same mindset of being stuck in the old ways. Being under the Maryland program, running the Tampa 2, and being in a preview defense instead of being aggressive on the defense. And letting teams get back in games and come back in games and stuff, and not being able to close out games. I think we're gonna be a hell of a lot better off. And with Everson Griffin and Alden Smith in our lineup, and DeMarcus Lawrence, I'd be hard pressed to even consider this defense is not better than what it was. Yeah, earlier there I've been up watching Red Zone. I was watching Red Zone, just seeing different games around the league, and really, the way they doing the presentations and stuff with the games, it ain't that bad. No, it ain't bad. You can't really tell a huge difference between fans and having fans and not having fans with the football game. That's good. Hey man, I love it. Fuck Philly. Philly lost to the no names. They lost to the no names. How you gonna lose to? How you gonna lose to Washington? Especially after being up, man. They Philly took an L to Washington. Oh man, Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, man, he couldn't stay upright. He couldn't stay upright. Man, I was by midway through the third quarter, man, I was telling him, man, I started to have a soft heart a little bit, man. I started telling, man, Eagles to pull. They might want to consider pull Carson Wentz out of the game, put Hurts in the game because he gonna get hurt. Man, they gonna get Wentz hurt up there, man. He can't take all them hits like that being put on his back like that. He can't take it. Oh man. Oh man, they gonna have to put, for instance, some bubble wrap. Oh, man, Wentz lost. Oh, Wentz, man, he started taking a couple of them hits, man, he got shook. Man, when I tuned into the game, I think it was 17 to nothing. When I tuned into the game, watching the Eagles and I tuned into the game watching the Eagles in Washington. The score was 17 to nothing, and I was just like, yeah, that's about what I expected. That's about what I expected, man. Washington, about what I expect. Washington ain't shit, and I think I'm winning. And at that time it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, man. I went and made me some coffee and come back, man. It seemed like I wasn't gone long. And, the game was 14 to 17. I was like, you don't mean to tell me that he was gonna blow this game. And sure as shit, they did. Yeah, he was shook. Yeah, so he was shook. Them defensive linemen was living in his backfield. That Eagles line, they conditioning ain't there. They trash. At least they was for this game. We'll see. And like I said, man, all I know is I tuned into the game, and I come back, and I come back and go. They were up 17 to nothing and lost that damn game. Oh, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good inside. It makes me feel good. I feel good inside. It doesn't. I was afraid when it's going, man. I was afraid when it's going to be carted out the field. I was like, man, please pull the guy, man, for his own safety. But, I feel good to know, man, that the Eagles took a nail. You know, man, the only name would have been sweeter if they both could have lost at the same time. That just ain't possible. My biggest concern, my biggest concern against the Rams is our offensive line. Can our offensive line hold up? I ain't worried about Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, obviously, but with Lyle Collins being out of the game, and me, I have my reservations about Connor Williams. Between Cam Irvin and Connor Williams, if they can hold up and do their part and hold the wall, we'll be fine. But my biggest concern in this game is whether or not the offensive line can hold up. If our offensive line can hold up, I think there's no stopping us in this game. We have way too many weapons on this team, not to really take it to the Rams. We had a number one receiver coming out the draft. We have 2,000 yard receivers. We have an all-pro runner. We have an all-pro running back. We have no reason at all not to be able to generate enough offense, to decisively hand Washington the bucket. That being said, we got to give our offense time to develop. We got to be able to give our QB time to get the ball down the field. We got to we got to open up some holes for Ezekiel Elliott. If the offensive line plays well, we're good to go. Tony Pollard, Tony Pollard gonna bring it. I hope so. Matter of fact, I got Tony Pollard. I predicted Tony Pollard scored the first touchdown. So I'm hoping he brings and has a great game. And so and I hope that we are using them a lot more than we have in the past. What's up, Burn Bar, man? Welcome, Burn Bar. What's up, man? You think MG13 goes first? Hey, see, that's the beauty of having an offense like ours. An offense like ours with the weapons that we have, it's almost impossible to predict who goes first. It's almost impossible. You don't know. That can, a lot of people may have forgotten this, but Dak can run. Dak might go first. Zeke might go first. Pollard might go first. Any of our three receivers can go first. Dalton Schultz could go first. Blake Jarwin could go first. That's the beauty of our team. All of our skill players are capable of scoring. You don't really know where it's coming from. You looking around, be like, who hit me? What it hit me at? Because you don't know where it's coming from. We got a dynamic running game, dynamic passing game. And it's funny. It's funny. It is also possible. That also possible that our defense go first. It is very possible our defense go first. This ain't the same. This ain't the same defense. Our defense, this defense, and our secondary is going to be looking for is going to be looking for turnovers. Trayvon Diggs, he ain't the same CB. He ain't trying to knock down the ball. Trayvon Diggs, whenever the ball's in the air, Trayvon Diggs, he ain't trying to knock down the ball. He trying to intercept the ball. He's a receiver, just like the other guy's a receiver. He trying to take it back to the house. This secondary is a lot more aggressive. We're getting turnovers. You can tell by all the turnovers that were talked about in our training camp. These guys, man, have been working on getting turnovers, an aggressive pursuit of the ball. So it's possible, man, that our defense intercepts the ball, take the ball back to the house. It's possible that our front four creates sack fumbles. Anything can happen in this game. And the currency rating right now here in Japan is 103. Is 103. What that means is the U.S. dollar is a little bit stronger than the Japanese yen, but not much. And so if you want to go pay something for a dollar, you want to go pay something that costs a dollar, it would cost you maybe 1,025 yen. 1,003 yen, or 1,030 yen, something like that. It ain't crazy. It ain't ridiculous. Oh! I want to see a Cowboys interception. In fact, I'm greedy. I want to see 2 Cowboys interceptions. That's what I want to see. I want to see 2 saves. I want to see 2 interceptions tonight. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. And I think, if interceptions happen, I think most likely it would probably come from Anthony Brown. I think that's pretty much what we come to. I ain't really over the years, I ain't really been a huge Anthony Brown fan, but I think it would probably come from AB. Our first interception would probably come from Anthony Brown. He does. He seems to be in position and does just enough plays when you think you get rid of him. When you think you get rid of him, think he ain't getting the job done. He does just enough, to make you think twice. What's up, Mike? What's going on, Mike Marsh? What's happening, man? Good to see you. Hey, Mike Marsh in the house. Guys, if you here, you ain't already geared up for the game. You ain't got your Cowboy wear. You haven't picked up yourself a Cowboys jersey. Hey, get yourself one. Get yourself one from Mike Marsh. South Haven 88. South Haven 88. Loyal Cowboy fan. Been here for years. True staple piece. He makes Cowboy jerseys. Get yourself a jersey from Mike. Get yourself a jersey from Mike Marsh. High quality stuff. I Yeah, I was watching the Bucks and Saints. Um, Watching Bucks and Saints a little bit. Tom Brady versus Drew Brees just seemed appealing to me. Two of the league's best going at it. But now, but now, I pretty much turned off that game because right now there's only one thing in my mind. I can't really watch these other teams right now because that's one thing in my mind, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. All I'm thinking about is when the game gonna start, and what we gonna do to these Rams. Going to LA, play spoiler to these Rams. Ruin they night. And let it be forever tattered into their memory that their first game in their stadium. They took an L to the Dallas Cowboys. And the league really did them a favor. The league did them a solid when they made the stadium with no fans out there in LA. When they can't have fans, the league did them a solid because in reality, the league spared them from the embarrassment of the Cowboys having more fans in their stands than they do. Out in Los Angeles, out in Los Angeles, the Dallas Cowboys is the majority out there with the majority of fans out in Los Angeles. And so they just opened up their stadium and seen nothing but a sea of blue jerseys out there. It would have been embarrassing on their part, because the Cowboys would have had about 70% of the fans out there to 8:30 in their own damn stadium, and really they benefited from not having fans in the stands. They did. Janoris niggas took back one on them. Hey, hey, Chris, you say the first interception gonna be by a linebacker. Which one? Which linebacker gonna get that interception? I might entertain that. I can see that. Which one of them linebackers gonna get that interception? Is it gonna be Jalen? Is it gonna be Jalen? Is it gonna be LVE? Is it gonna be Aldon Smith? Is it gonna be Joe Thomas? Who's gonna get that in? Who's gonna get that in? Who's gonna get that interception? The double gun. Big 55 gonna get that interception. Okay. I can see that. I can see that. LB, LB, he was kept out of the game. He was kept out of the game with that injury and everything. He gonna come back ready to make a statement. So I can see that. I can see it. Yeah, Wolf Hunter. Okay. Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see LV out there. I want LV out there like this. Yeah, like this. What that wolf call? I want to see that wolf call. I want to see that wolf call. I want to see that. I want to see that smile. I want to see that swipe from Jalen Smith. I want to see it all. I'm greedy. I'm greedy. Yeah, I am worried about college. I said earlier, Mike. I said earlier, Moss man. I'm worried about Collins' replacement. Um, but I'm not as worried about it in years past because uh, we have a new coach, and I feel like our coach our coach we had this time will not be an idiot, And if Cam Irvin ain't working out, I feel like he's gonna make some adjustments. He's gonna go in and put a tight end and put in a tight end in the backfield. He's gonna run some. He's gonna run some safer. He's gonna run some safer plays. We can get the ball off quicker. He's gonna make some. He's gonna counteract the situation with strategy, and he's not gonna do like our previous regime. When we had a offensive line let our damn QB get sacked 8 times because he don't know how to make a damn adjustment. So I feel a lot better going into this game, even with Collins being out. It's a concern, but I feel better about the coaching staff being able to do something about it if it really becomes a problem, at least enough to get us through one game. As far as our corners is concerned, I think our corners are going to be all right. Our corners are aggressive. Our corners are going to be aggressive, but they're going to be fine. Awuzie and has played a lot of football. Anthony Brown has played a lot of football. And with this being, with Anthony Brown being under a new contract, and this being year 4 for him, the excuses are over. He should be good to go. As far as Trayvon Diggs, he's gonna make some rookie mistakes along the way, but I think the guy's a dog. He's gonna be all right. He's gonna hold his own. It's one of those things though. With the risks that he had, he's willing to live with the consequences of those risks. So sometimes he might not. Sometimes he might give up one. He might give up 1 or 2. But that's the trade-off for having somebody that goes after the football and actually goes after the turnover. Instead of playing safety football. And just in general, I think the secondary is less of a problem. If the defense can hold up, if the defense does their part. If our defensive front 7 do their part, and you got Poe and Griffin and Crawford and D-Law and all the Smith to deal with, and Jalen Smith on the blitz, and you got to deal with all of that. If our defense can hold up their part, I think our secondary is less exposed, and so our corners and our safeties are less exposed. And so I think it'll be good. Coop and Reynolds. Coop and Reynolds. They solid receivers. But at the end of the day, you're not dealing with DeAndre. You're not dealing with DeAndre Hopkins out there, and you're not dealing with damn Michael Thomas out there. Them guys playing the code. And so our corners should be okay. It was what's up, Uncle Charlie? Man, I think that's probably the wise thing to do there. I think that's probably the wise thing to do there, Charlie, is the roller protection to Tyron Smith's side, the left side. That would make the most sense. But that shouldn't be any different. That shouldn't be a change, though. Really, I would say, if I were a betting man, I would take my chances on Tyron Smith's side as long as Tyron Smith is healthy, he doesn't. As long as Tyron Smith is healthy, he's the league's best. He's the league's best tackle he's the league's best tackle as long as he's healthy. If Tyron Smith is healthy, I take my chances on his side every time. With or without an injury on my team. That's just how I see it. You talking about a guy. You're talking about a guy that I saw this picture. I saw this picture of Tyron Smith. He was standing right next to Zach Martin. Man, he made Zach Martin. He made Zach Martin look small. Zach Martin looked like a kid in the picture compared to Tyron Smith. And Zach Martin is not a small dude, but Tyron is just huge, man. He's done. Dare I say, he's our modern day Larry Allen. That dude is big, and huge, and strong, and the league's best. And I think as history would have it, as history is written, at the end of the day, they're gonna be talking about Tyron Smith being one of the best to ever play in the next decade, and the decade after that. They're gonna be talking, 15, 20 years from now, they're gonna be talking about Tyron Smith being one of the best to ever do it. Yeah, but I see the NFL. They didn't discipline the NFL. They didn't disappoint us. They haven't disappointed us. The NFL figured out a way to make the show go on, and seeing all these games today just makes me happy, makes me smile. I'm glad to see football back on TV. Good, bad, or different. Good, bad, or different. The NFL putting on football and there's games today, and it is football Sunday. At least it's Sunday for you. It's Monday morning for me. But it's football Sunday. And the NFL got the games on and managed to make it all work. And I'm so glad about it. Because I gotta say, right up until Jerry Jones got on TV and said, we're gonna have football and we're gonna put on football, I was extremely concerned that wasn't gonna be a football season. Extremely concerned. I thought, man, they were going against a football season. But when I heard the Godfather himself speak, I heard Jerry Jones. When I said Jerry Jones said he want to have some football, I knew then it was going to be all right. When it comes to NFL, Jerry Jones is the Godfather. And typically if he said it normally happens. Because the NFL, they love one thing and one thing only. They love making money. And they know that Jerry Jones, there's nobody better at making money than Jerry Wayne Jones. Jerry Wayne Jones know how to make money. And so, Jerry Jones said we can do this thing and we can protect the brand and put the show on, and we can get this paper. The rest of the NFL listens. So I was glad to see that. But it's gonna be all all of y'all tuning in. All of y'all tuning in. Thanks for checking me out. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys coming in. Jim Tom Sula gonna get that. Jim Tom Sula gonna get that line in shape. Caleb, I would agree with you. Except one thing there, Caleb. It is my hope and belief that he already got that line in shape. You know, it's game day. It's time to play. You know, we ain't ready to go by now. We got some problems. You know, hopefully we already in shape and we're ready to go. Yeah, Charlie, we gonna tee off on them. We're gonna tee off on them. You know, just the fact that we made Alden Smith starting linebacker, and that those guys are standing up. Those guys are standing up, and D-Law might do a little standing up. That alone tells you, man, that they want to get off to a quick start off the line, which typically means you're gonna see some blitz packages. Yeah, I've seen, this particular coaching staff has a tendency they like to blitz, so you're gonna see some linebacker blitz more likely, and you might even see some corner blitzes. Don't be surprised if you see Anthony. Don't be surprised if you see Anthony Brown coming on the corner blitz. Don't be surprised if you see Trayvon Diggs coming on the corner blitz. It's just this will be fun. That's what it's gonna be. It'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be fun to watch. See, you asked me if I think we're gonna run multiple blitzes. I think we're gonna run multiple blitzes. Charlie, do you think we should run multiple blitzes though? Do you think we should do that? Or do you think we should pay Goff? Or do you think we should pay Goff some respect? You think Goff is gonna make us? You think Goff is gonna make us eat that? Man, yeah, we done buzzed. The special teams is the special teams is a no-brainer. Really, it's a no-brainer because we have nowhere to go but up. I mean, shit. We were 32nd in special teams. We were dead ass last in special teams. So we have nowhere to go but up. We literally could not do worse in special teams than we did last year. Because we were dead ass last. So, but you wisely put Tony Pollard in your Tony Pollard as a returner. You put CeeDee Lamb as a returner. You go out and you get yourself a real kicker. A guy, man, that can kick more than 50%. A guy that don't miss 40% of his kicks inside the 40. You go out and get you a decent kicker like we have. We are much better off we're much better off on special teams. So our special teams will be fine. The only minor concern is the punting game. The only minor concern is Chris Jones and whether or not he is back to normal. He's in my opinion he's had a bad couple of years. His ability to get the ball down the field hasn't been stellar. From what I hear at Cowboy camp, he's done much better. His averages have improved. That he was battling an injury and that he finally recovered. And I hope all of that's true. And if all of that is true, we gonna be good to go. I still think at the punter situation we probably should have brought in some competition. But Mike McCarthy has earned some trust. So I'm gonna trust that he made the right decision there. Him and Fossil. Fossil, a different breed of coach. I think they have our special teams ready to go. I'm not really concerned with it. One of the things about it, though, uh, our coaching staff, though, is a lot of them come from the Rams. A lot of them come from the Rams, and so the Rams may know something about coaching tendencies, and we gotta be. Hopefully, we've changed enough up to where uh, the tendencies of what our coaches like to do are not so exposed. Even though we hit a lot of things and we did a lot of things to breed obscurity, the Rams know these coaches because some of these coaches come from the Rams. That's just the reality of life in the NFL. Great coaches, everybody wants. Well, and Uncle Charlie, it really just comes down to whether or not our secondary performs. It comes down to whether or not our secondary holds up. We look at this game, we evaluate this game. We look at this game, we evaluate this game, and we'll see uh, whether or not our safety play exposes us or not exposes us. Do I think we will get Earl Thomas eventually? I don't know if we will or won't. Um, I don't know if we will or won't because I kind of feel like if the Cowboys wanted Earl Thomas, we would have already got Earl Thomas. When he hit the market and hit the streets, if I recall correctly, when he hit the market and hit the streets, Xavier Woods had just suffered an injury. And so our starter was down, and we wasn't really sure if he was going to be ready to go for the season. And we were gonna get nervous and go grab a new safety or a different safety. I think that probably would have been the time. Not sure if he makes it here. Not sure if he makes it with the Cowboys. Just from the way Mike McCarthy speaks. Mike McCarthy spoke to a guy being a good fit for the locker room. When they were talking about Earl Thomas, Mike McCarthy made a mention of a guy got to be a good fit for the locker room. Right now, Earl Thomas don't have a reputation for being a good fit in the locker room. So I shift. I like ET29. I like Earl Thomas. But at this point, I'm ready to roll into the season with or without Earl Thomas. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm at on that. But I'm curious to know. But I'm curious to know that. But I'm curious to know that. I'm curious to know that, Charlie. Let's say we can't get Earl Thomas, but we need a safety. Who other than Earl Thomas would you bring into the building? Is there any other? Is there any other guys out there? Is there any other guys out there that you would consider bringing in a safety if we can't get Earl Thomas? Or we don't want Earl Thomas. Same goes for you there, Caleb. You know what I mean? If we can't get Earl Thomas, then who? Just gotta have a safety. Who else would you consider bringing into the bar? Who else would you consider bringing into the building if Earl Thomas was off the table? The thing about safety play is we haven't had an elite safety since we were winning back in the Darren Woodson days. That's the last time we really had elite safety play. Now we had some flashes of greatness. We had some flashes of greatness back when we had what's his name? Heavy hitter. Roy Williams. Back when we used to have Roy Williams, the defensive player, the defensive safety, we had some guys that would give you some excitement. We had some guys that would give you some excitement. You would have you get a hit, he give you a big hit, he'll let a guy out for you. But far as elite safety play, we haven't had that since during Woodson days, back during the days we were winning. And consequently, we haven't won since we had. We haven't won since then. Safety play, I was calling for better safety play. Back in 2014, I want to say. Back in 2014, when we took an L to Green Bay, we could have used a safety. We could have used a safety when we took a second L to Green Bay. And got put out in 2016 when we took a second L to Green Bay. So. There are times when we could have used some better DB play, but at the same time, if your defensive line, if your defensive line disrupts the play, limits the amount of time that the QBs have to dissect the play and make his reads. If he can, your defensive line can consistently put pressure, make the QB, not give the QB time to actually sit back there and dissect what's going on, then your safeties and your cornerbacks are less exposed. So it may be, that you don't need a premium safety if you got premium play on your defensive line. You got average defensive line, then you need premium safety play. But if you got an elite defensive line, then it makes it less. It makes it less of a necessity because the QBs don't have time to expose your secondary. If that makes sense. As far as we concerned, DeMarcus Lawrence is a Pro Bowler. Poe is a former Pro Bowler. Everson Griffin, former Pro Bowler. You got Alden Smith. At one point in time, Alden Smith was an 8. I don't know if y'all know or not. Some of y'all might know, but back in the day, Alden Smith was an absolute beast. He was 18. He was an 18 sack guy. He gave you 18 sacks in the season. At one point in time, all absolute beast. Am I expecting him to be an 18 sack guy right now? No. But hell, let's say he's just a fraction of that. Say he's a 12 sack guy. He's still the best. He's still gonna be a monster for anybody.
Hello.
Okay. Bye. Yeah. Let's say he's a 12 sack guy. He no longer an 18 sack guy. Let's say he's a 10 sack guy. He's gonna be an absolute monster. Hey, Uncle Charlie, your head hunter at safety, right? Is Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods, he's your head hunter that like to lay people out. He's the guy. If somebody's gonna be laid out, they gonna be laid out by Xavier Woods. He's your knockout safety. And I think we gotta understand. We gotta understand these guys have had a year of experience, and they've had all off season to prepare for this. Had all off season to prepare for this season. As well. So these guys are not the same players that you stepped on the field last season. These professional football players usually in year 3, year 4, these guys really take a step forward. And it's that time for Xavier Woods to take that step forward. The only other thing about it is, I'm looking for to see what he brings to the table is Donovan Wilson. I'm looking for Donovan Wilson to see what he brings. See what he brings to the table. Yeah. And I think you're gonna see some of that same thing. I think you're gonna see some of that same thing, Charlie, from Xavier Woods. People are gonna think twice about going across the middle when it comes to Xavier Woods. The difference is, in this day and time, is the NFL, and with all the rule changes, they have made it extremely difficult for a safety to be the same kind of hitter of a Roy Williams, of a Ronnie Lott, of a Tyler Polamalu, or any of those type of safeties over this really put you on your back. You know, what used to be an exciting hit, the NFL declared war on. You know, and so safeties, it's almost impossible. You know, it's almost impossible to make those kind of tackles these days. Because it used to be back in the day, safety would launch and throw his full body into you and his full momentum and put you on your ass. They don't allow that anymore. You know, Roy Williams, you know, in my opinion, his career was kind of cut short. You know, it was kind of cut short because they created hell, you know, because of some of the rule changes. Hell, they even created a special rule just for Roy Williams. Roy Williams is the reason why they created. He is the author and creator of the horse collar tackle. You know, and they created a special rule to say you can't horse collar tackle people. A name that they made up just for Roy Williams to stop him from grabbing people in the back and dragging them to their ass. And he wasn't good. He wasn't a good cover. He wasn't a good cover opponent. But we didn't like him for that. We didn't like him from his ability to cover. We liked him because of those big hits. We like him because, you know, you're going to see people flying across the field. You know, they catch that ball, and Roy Williams just lay you on your butt. That's why we like him. You know, and we liked him so much, we didn't even care. We didn't even care he wasn't a good cover. He wasn't a good cover corner. Because if you caught it, you were probably gonna drop it anyway. Because he was gonna hit you where the air just creeps out of your lungs, and you just gotta make that sound that and this time that line where you just can't breathe because he done hit you in your chest so hard. So yeah, he wasn't a good cover. He wasn't a good cover safety. We didn't care. She just tuned in to see who was going to be laid out by Roy Williams. Oh, man. And it all works. Yeah, man. But it all works. But it all works out. At the end of the day, it's gonna work. It's gonna work out. I'm just glad, man. I'm just glad, man, we didn't have that other Ward Williams. I'm just glad we don't have that other Ward Williams. That other Ward Williams. The guy we traded. I'm glad we don't have him. The guy we traded 2 first-round picks for. That receiver, Roy Williams. Detroit robbed us of 2 first-round picks. Ever since then, Jerry Jones still shell-shocked. You know, he's still afraid to make a deal today. You know, Roy Williams, man, just robbed the Cowboys money. And we got, you know, we got some real receivers. And it seems weird, you know, it feels strange to me. We give up 2 first-round picks for Roy Williams back in the day. You know, and the thing, we picked up Amari Cooper for 1 first-round pick. That's it. Excuse me. I'll be right back. I gotta step away for just a minute. I'll be right back. Man, but yeah. Oh, so I'm not the only. So I'm not the only one think he was trash. And we gave up 2 first-round picks from that guy. Marty Cooper only cost us 1. Man. Better coaching, huh? Oh, better coaching on offense and defense. Better coaching on offense and defense. You know, coaching these days, man. You know, I had to admit one when I gotta say I gotta be real with you 100. Man, I was a Garrett fan. You know, I was a Garrett fan. I really like Jason. I really like Jason Garrett. You know, because I kind of felt like he was one of those. I kind of felt like he was one of those guys to really went to bat for his players, and stuff like that. He really stood up for his guys, and he was a good representation for the Dallas Cowboys as far as coaches is concerned. Never had any off-field injuries or any issues with coaches, this kind of stuff. And I always kind of felt like coaches, they get the team ready to play. But at the end of the day, the players got to go out and play the game. And I feel like in this league that most of these professional players have seen all of this stuff before. They've seen these plays, they've seen these schemes, they've seen all of this stuff before. And the reality of it is, regardless of whether or not you know a player is coming, or you know a team is going to do something, you can know all day long that I'm going to run Zeke up the middle. Right? At the end of the day, the reality of it is, if everybody do their job, can you stop it? You know, and so a lot of things that I didn't really, a lot of things that were probably the coach's fault. At the time, I really didn't put on the coaches because I felt like it was up to the players to get out and execute whatever was in the playbook or whatever was in the part of the game plan. It was up to the players to get out and execute. This position I fell back on because I understand now how much of a difference that being in the right scheme matters. And sometimes just being put in the right situation can help you. You know, and so it makes us different. it makes us, so we're a much better team forward. My real objection, my real problem with Garrett, which when I finally said, when I finally made a video, which was about midway season last year, I finally made a video midway season last year saying that we did move away from Garrett. It was because of his inability to make adjustments. I never really liked the fact that we couldn't make adjustments for injuries. We couldn't make adjustments when somebody left the game. There was always we had to be perfect 100% of the time, and we couldn't overcome adversity. And in a game situation, you gotta be able to overcome adversity. That was my primary gripe with Garrett, which is why I finally said, we really got to get rid of this guy. Secondly, which kind of acted as a smoking gun, is being on fourth and one, having Zeke in your backfield, and not having. I don't want to say you don't have a professional courage. I don't want to say nuts. That's what I was going to say. I'm going to say you don't have the professional courage to go for it on 4th and 1 with Zeke in your backfield. And you're going to have to kick the field goal and get your team beat. Sometimes, you gotta have some. You gotta be able to take some risk in this game. Garrett was ultra conservative. Didn't like that. So these are things that I hope that the Mike McCarthy program has changed, is that we can now adjust for adversity, and that now in those game situations with the game on the line, and we got the right players in position to succeed. We got the right players in positions to succeed, and then we got the courage to go for it when we need to. Even Jerry Jones was pissed with Garrett for not going for it on 4th down. But yeah, this is it. It's funny. It's funny, man. It's for those of you who don't know, man, my actual name, man, is Michael Jackson, and I know it feels funny to say that, man, but this is it. This is the year. Hey, what's up, DCF? Hey, what's up, DCF 80? DCF 1980? What's going on, man? What's happening? I'm just ready for the game, man. I'm excited. But what I was saying, man, is this is it. Meaning this is the year. This is the year to go all in and get it done. This is the year to get it done. If you can't get it done with this team, I don't know when you're gonna be able to get it done. When you're gonna be able to get it done? You got Jalen Smith on your team, LVE on your team, Everson Griffin on your team, Smith on your team. You got Poe on your team. You got DeMarcus Lawrence on your team. You got, three could be number one, three could be number one receivers. You got two all-pro linemen. You got an all-pro or a Pro Bowler in damn near every position on this team. If you can't get it done with this team, I don't know what to tell you. This is the time. If you can't get it done now, I don't know what to tell you. You even got a Pro Bowl type kicker on your team. You got everything on this team. Hey, man, but we we gotta we gotta we gotta go for it. This is the time to like you said, no stone unturned, no rock uncovered, because you never gonna have a better opportunity to do what you have right now to get it done. Well, if we ever gonna, as far as Earl Thomas is concerned, if we ever gonna get Earl Thomas, then you should know. If we ever gonna get Earl Thomas, then you should know probably tomorrow. You should probably know tomorrow or Tuesday. Um, Tomorrow or Tuesday, you should get a lot of them. If we ever gonna get them, you'll probably know then. The reason being is because after week one, you can get these players without guaranteed money, or very little guaranteed money, and so that might be appealing to the Cowboys if this guy is having some behavior issues that are questionable, if they can get him with little or no guarantees, that might be a risk worth taking to the organization. So if we're ever gonna get him, if ET29 is coming to the Cowboys this year, it'll probably be sometime this week. Appreciate it, PC76. What's going on, man? Yeah, appreciate it. Hey, man. Good luck. Hey, good luck on Charlie. Good luck on Charlie. DCM 1980, man. He don't like to predict scores of game. Man, you're gonna be hard pressed to tie DCF down, man, to a game score. He don't really like doing that. I think this game gonna go. I think this game gonna go something like 31-13, 34-13, something like that. So he's 31-13, 31-13, 30, 31-13 or 34-13. We might get a last minute field goal to kick it up to 34. But at the end of the day, I think it's probably gonna be somewhere in that neighborhood. Man. Yeah, man, you gotta be willing to change. You gotta be willing to change, and especially when you play at the professional level, because these guys, man, are changing their teams, changing their schemes and strategies, and doing everything they can to stop you. So you gotta be willing to bring change. And what I hope to change on this team, is our ability to stop the run and our ability to make adjustments. If we can stop the run, and we can make adjustments in this game, in this season period, then we are a hell of a lot better off. Because I think our biggest problem is not being able to adjust to adversity. And one of the things that causes some adversity is not being able to stop the run. So if we can do those two things, we are going to be a lot better off. And I think we will. With a healthy Leighton Vander-Esch, a newly regenerated Jalen Smith, a pull on the defensive line, and Crawford back in the line up. Hey man, I think we should have no problem stopping the run this year. We should be okay. Hey, man, I ain't mad. I ain't mad. 50 burger, huh? Man, I wanna see it. I ain't mad. I ain't mad. I'll take a 50 burger. I'll take a 50 burger. Hey, what's up, Bash Factor? Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, man, I'll take a 50 burger all day long. Hey, hey, man, but hey, now life, man, I want to see it. Hey, man, good. I'm glad that you're doing well at X Factor. Yeah, man, we gotta go out there and be, man. It ain't just one. We gotta go out there and dominate the rounds, man. Right off top, get off to a good season, get off to a good start. Oh, hey, man, shout out to you, Caleb, man. Yeah, 50 burger. It'd be nice. Or at least I think it would be. Or at least I think it would be nice. Only, the only problem with 50, the only problem with scoring a 50 burger though, the only problem with a 50 burger, the only problem with a 50 burger is that, hey, if we put up 50, it's probably because we're in a shootout with somebody. That's the only problem with me. That's the only problem with putting up a 50. Because if we're beating somebody handily like beating somebody handily like that, we probably gonna put in our second string, third string, run through our roster, and try to keep the game, and just try to manage the game. They don't really play college games. They don't really play NFL games like college games where they just step on the throat and keep going. If we drop 50, it's probably because we're in a shootout and trying to outscore somebody. That'd be the only downside to dropping 50. Because, we normally go that route when we just decide that our defense can't hold up, can't stop nobody. And then we just get into a shootout situation and see who can score the most. I mean, but it ain't it ain't crazy though. It ain't ridiculous. It can happen. It can happen. I mean, I think the last time we played these guys, when we put up 40 burger on them last time we played these guys. I think we put up 40 on them last time we played these guys. If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, but I don't think I'm mistaken. We put up 40 on these guys last time we played these guys. Yeah, last time we played these guys, we put up 40, we put up 44 on them. So it ain't crazy, it ain't ridiculous. It can happen. No, it is very, very possible. Hell, that would only be one more touchdown. So X Factor, man, who you think, man? Who you gonna think? X Factor, who you think gonna get off tonight, man? Who you think, man, gonna have the best game? Let me know. Let me know. Who you think gonna have the best game? As a matter of fact, man, watching right now, man, put down, man, who you think gonna have the best game? Who's gonna be our offensive all star? Who's gonna be our defensive all star? Who gonna tee off tonight? Man, I am going to say defensively, I'm going to go with Jalen Smith. I'm gonna go with Jalen Smith, man, on the defensive side of the ball. You know, on the offensive side of the ball, I am going to go with that's much tougher. That's much tougher. But I'm gonna go with Michael Gallup. Okay. You go with Jalen for the D, you go with Jalen for the D, and you go with CD. CD gonna look to establish himself right off the bat. Man, so is CD. The beauty of this particular question is it don't really matter. It don't really matter who had the best game, as long as somebody does. You know, there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong answer. You know, it's straight up for fun. You know, because at the end of the day, no matter who scored the TV, as long as somebody does, the Cowboys reign victorious. And at the end of the day, that's really about bringing home the dub. You know, so you can't go wrong. I ain't mad at you. You can just pick whoever you want to pick. And, but I'm gonna go with Gallup. I think he gonna have, I think he have a good game. Although CD ain't a bad pick. CD ain't a bad pick at all. You know, because Dak Prescott might decide he want to test out his new toy, his new weapon. You know, it's hard. You know me, I'm a old, I'm a retiree. You know, I was in the army for a great period of time. And me, I like to shoot. I like to shoot. I like to go to the range, and shoot, and do all those types of things. And I say all that to say is having a new gun, a new weapon, does you no good sitting up in the closet. You want to go every now and then and pull out that gun case, take that thing out and take it out. And see what that new weaponry, with that new gun, with that new toy will do for you. Go put rounds on target on that thing and see how that thing feels in your hand. Does it feel just right? You get that grip on there. You want to make, you want to get that grip on there. You want to test that thing out. And so you don't want to just leave a CD Lamb sitting on the shelf. No, you don't want to leave him sitting on the shelf. You want to test it out. And just matter of fact, man, it will be a good test. If Cowboys just open up the field, man, on the go route, man, with probably, maybe just on the go route, man, with CD, Michael Gallup, and Amari Cooper, just going to damn go route first play of the game, man. See who gets open, man, and just throw the damn ball down the field. That would be just, I would just, test it out right there on the spot. Man. Matter of fact, you can go with 4 verticals. You know, you put Cedric Wilson in the lineup, Mario in the lineup, Gallus in the lineup, and CD, 4 verticals. And just go straight down the field and see who get up. Man, hell yeah, that'd be hell yeah. That'd be fire. That's what I'm talking about. But anyways, guys, man, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, checking me out. I'm about to get off on here, do some last minute things I gotta take care of before the game gets started. So I don't have to be disturbed from the game. So I'm gonna sign off. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me, checking in, man. And I'm gonna go handle a few things, and search around the YouTube universe, see what my fellow YouTubers are getting into, and we're gonna be ready. We're gonna be ready to take it to these Rams. You know, I think the game started was just about 40. I want to say just about 40 minutes or so. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with me, Caleb. I appreciate it, man. 100. YouTube X Factor, PC 76, and all of y'all, just Uncle Charlie, all of y'all stopped in, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, man. We'll let you next time, man. I see some of you guys, man, in some of these other chats here in a little bit. You know, right after I finish up my honeydew list that the wife's got for me. As soon as I finish this up in a few minutes, I'll be back and check out some of these other chat rooms. Hey, Shirley, how you doing? Oh, here it is. It is 8 and it's funny. It's 8 p.m. for you. I'm on the exact opposite there. I am on the exact opposites there. Shirley, it is 8:20 a.m. here. So it's 8:20 in the morning on this side of the world. Hey, imagine that. Hey, hugs and kisses back at you from Okinawa, Japan. It's great to see you. Go Cowboys. Thank you for checking in, Shirley. It's great to see you. It's great to see you again. And on that note, I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be out. I'll talk to y'all later. You too, Caleb. You stay safe. All of y'all stay safe. Don't worry about it, Shirley. Don't worry about it, Shirley. I'm American. My English is terrible. You know, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. You know, man, I don't claim, you know, even being from America, English being my first language, I don't claim my English to be great or perfect. You know, and I don't judge anybody. I don't judge anybody. You know, I just love a person's heart and where their heart is at. That's all that really matters. That's all that really matters to me. Hey, long as you trying, hey, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Because I would be willing to bet. You know, I'd be willing to bet almost any amount of money that you speak better English than I speak Portuguese. So I have no right. I have no right to claim to judge anybody. No need to apologize. You be safe. You be safe. Everybody enjoy the You be safe. Everybody enjoy the game. You take it easy.